Hey y'all, what you doing? Today we have a fun project to get to. In our little town, the first weekend of October is what we call pilgrimage. And we have an influx of people from around the state to come to the little hamlet of Carrollton and visit some old houses and churches, and there's a festival around the square. Anyway, it's a really fun weekend, and the town has asked business owners and people who have properties like on the main drag to kind of dress them up and spruce them up and have everything looking cute for the pilgrimage. So Danny and I have a building right on the main drag through Carrollton, and I have a couple of containers outside the building that I hate to say I have neglected throughout the whole summer season, and they look rough. So we are going to go over there and tackle those containers today so they'll be nice and pretty for the pilgrimage. So y'all come along and let's see what we do. I'll show y'all the containers when we get over there, but they're really big containers. They hold a lot of dirt, and I do have some sedum in stone crop sedum. I don't know if they're Autumn Joy or what brand they are, but they reliably come back every year, and they will grow without hardly any water at all. And I also had some purple fountain grass in those containers, along with some Blue My Mind evolvulus and maybe a petunia or two. I'm not really sure. But anyway, everything died except the sedum. It still looks okay, looks good. So I left those in the container, and I went to the dollar store, Dollar General, and I bought just some fake flower picks to put in those containers because I did not have time to go to the plant store. Like I said, we're very rural. It takes me at least 30 minutes to get to a plant store where I can buy some plants. And on the schedule that I have at work, I have not had an opportunity to go buy any plants to put in these containers. So I have the fake flowers from Dollar General that I'm going to use in those containers. And today I was able to go to a plant sale about 30 minutes away from my house and buy a couple of fall looking plants. And let me show you what I got. Look at this mum. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I don't normally buy mums in the fall because they're just so short-lived. But these were a very good price. Guess how much I paid for this mum? $7.99. I got two of them. I got one for each pot at the building that's going to be outside the building. And I know it won't last long, but it will make a beautiful impact for the weekend for pilgrimage. So I think that these mums will be beautiful in those pots, and I'll probably just leave them in these containers and plop them over in the pot with maybe some autumn foliage around the outside of it. So we'll see how that goes. I got several ornamental cabbages and kale to put in some containers here at my house. I live off the beaten path away from the pilgrimage action, so my house will not be seen on the pilgrimage route, but I like for my things to look pretty, and some of the containers that I have here are looking a little bit sad. So I bought a few things to spruce my containers up at the plant sale today. So I have several of these cabbages and kales that I'm going to use here at my house. Oh, and also, just FYI, these had really good prices too. These cabbages and kales were $3.99 a piece. I thought that was a good deal. And I also bought 3 flats of these pansies, and they're all white. And so I'll put these in my containers, and these will go all through the winter and into the spring for me here in my zone 8A, Mississippi. And I got white because I thought that they would look good in the containers even through Christmas. When I put some fresh greens in my containers around Christmas time, with maybe some berry picks, I thought that the white pansies would coordinate with that. And guess how much this flat of pansies was? $15. There are 6 packs, and it was 2 6-packs for $5. So that's $5, $10, $15 for a flat. I thought that was a good deal too. Oftentimes when coming home from work, I'll drive down the back roads to get home. And when I've driven that way, I've noticed the tall grasses that were growing alongside the road. And so Danny and I went down the back roads and cut a lot of this tall grassy foliage that I thought would be really pretty in the containers and would sway in the breeze and just be a real natural element to those pots in front of the building. Way to go. Danny and I had our little Chick-fil-A lunch date, and now we're about to get to work on these pots, using some of the things that we just cut off the side of the road and putting these mums out. Let me show you what these pots are right now. Now, remember, I just went to the Dollar General and bought some fake flowers and shoved in these pots last night when it was dark. I couldn't even see. Here we go. I'm going to take some of those artificial things out and plunk that in there. Same thing for that over there. And then we're going to add those tall grass. And we'll just show y'all what it looks like in the end. Yeah, we decided just to take all the artificial stems out of the pots. They didn't look that great. They just look kind of in your face and sort of just really artificial, which, you know, I really didn't want that look for these containers in front of my building. Now we've got to go cut more grass. I used it all in one pot. You like driving me around? My partner. 20, 25, 30, something like that. Wonder where they're going. Look who's home from college. Just in time to help us.
Time to take a shower.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Mama.
Love you.
Love you. What are y'all doing? Taking cats out?
Yeah, fixing those pots by the building. These containers ended up looking totally different than what I anticipated that they would turn out to be, but I like them just as well. I think that they are a breath of fresh air, just a different take on the harvest season and abundance. I have lots of grass and lots of mum blooms, and I'm not heavy on the pumpkins, and I'm not heavy with the bright color because you can see my building is a red brick. The doors are a faded red, and so my arrangements really didn't need all that much color. I think they turned out quite pretty, and I'm very pleased with them. The containers are just kind of giving an understated elegance that I can appreciate at this time of my life. On my channel, we tackle all kinds of projects. Sometimes it's container planting like this. Sometimes it's vegetable gardening work. Sometimes it's yard landscape. Sometimes it's just watering plants and mowing the grass or chopping up leaves. But if you enjoy content like this, I would appreciate it if you would give my channel a like, subscribe, and maybe leave us a comment. Let us know what you would like to see in the future. Okay, this is the finished look. It's a little bit different. It's not your average harvest pumpkin mum scene. It's a little monochromatic, but I like it. And look at the pollinators on this sedum. And look, I found those little pumpkins. That's my ode to the pumpkin harvest right there. And it kind of matches the color scheme. It worked out. I made those bows for those wreaths for the front doors. And then this one looks cute too.